Hey, you. Yeah, you. Gamer. Shut up. There are a lot of gamers that have very strong viewpoints on what games used to be and what games are currently becoming. This is super vague, so let me explain a little bit. I'm going to name some game titles, and you tell me if you have any emotions that pop up in the comments. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Battlefield, EA sports games such as Madden, FIFA, NHL, Minecraft, Halo, Gears of War, God of War, Counter-Strike, Rockstar games such as Bully, GTA, Red Dead. Any emotions pop up? What comes to mind out of those franchises? Are they newer games? Are they older games? This is where I'm headed. There are multiple generations of gamers out there. So many ages of gamers, and even in the past 10 to 15 years, there have been a huge influx of gamers. And this is because of such a rise in game development and how popular gaming has become across the world. Now, this became incredibly evident to me as I had people stopping in my stream and they were asking me, hey, Sergeant Mad Max, what was your first game that you ever played? And when I told them mine, they told me theirs. And guess what theirs were? They came out in the Xbox One and PS4 days. I mean, even further to show the popularity, look around in the stores that you see nowadays. They have Minecraft merch everywhere for kids now. I literally had to go to Hot Topic as a middle schooler and try and find video game t-shirts, and when I wore them to school, I was mocked. Different time, different era. Anyway, not only that, but the amount of money that can just be made off of gaming nowadays is astronomical. Take a look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the most recent Call of Duty that just dropped. $800 million in 3 days, $1 billion in 10 days. To really put this in perspective, the #1 selling game in 2003 for PC was Delta Force Black Hawk Down. That game sold 11,000 units and was considered the best-selling PC game for a week. Now, there's a lot of things that can go into that. PC gaming wasn't as readily available. I get that, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, you get the idea that from 2003, for that being the #1 selling PC game, you have Call of Duty selling $800 million worth of games in 3 days. So gaming's a lot more available. And consoles being more affordable, PCs being more affordable than they used to be, you're a great recipe for cooking up some money and influence. And this is made even easier with content creators and streamers playing a game that those developers made. And it even shows a shift in what kids are thinking as far as what they would like to do when they grow up. Let me take a look at this survey. The #1 most sought after career for young people is to be a YouTuber. But getting back to gamers, young and old, what does this mean for all of us? As an OG gamer, let's say a gamer who grew up playing the PC, the Nintendo 64, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Xbox, PS1, PS2 days, we are meshed with gamers that are all across the board now. I'm not talking about the people that grew up playing Pong. You guys, just get out. Just kidding, please stay here. It would really help me out if you hit the like and subscribe button at this point too. There are people who didn't start gaming until today. There are people who were born after 9/11. And they're gaming today. Every time frame and age, someone is experiencing gaming in some way, shape, or form. I mean, look at mobile gaming and how big mobile gaming is now. The days I grew up playing the OG COD, the Marios, the Battlefields, those same age time frame gamers are playing Fortnite, the new COD, the new Battlefield, Halo, Mario, and they have no understanding of what the games prior to them were like. And that's okay. I'm not trying to invalidate people's opinions, but we also need to realize that a lot of these newer gamers are experiencing these fresh and new ideas for the first time, even though they may not be fresh and new to older gamers. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was my Minecraft for some of you. Modern Warfare 2, 2009 was my Fortnite for some of you. So where does this all lead? It leads to my point. There is a weird split within the gaming sphere. The older gamers have this experience that's coupled with nostalgia, and it causes this back in my day mentality. It really reminds me of military veterans, but it's really weird to see in the gaming world. Example would be military bro vets usually will say something like, oh, you know what? We used to walk 50 miles and then we drink our own urine to hydrate, when they see somebody that's wearing a camelback or a water reservoir that's always on your back. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that people bring up the ghost of gaming past. The argument is that games aren't hitting the same, and people want a better experience that's fresh and new, that we had when those fresh and new ideas had come out for the first time. I'm talking about like Call of Duty 4, when they dropped kill streaks, perks, attachments for your guns. That was revolutionary. And nostalgia is such a and those fresh ideas are still out there. You just have to look for them. The single player experience that Sony has brought with Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, The Last of Us, Spider-Man are incredible gaming experiences and some of my favorite single player experiences by far. Honestly, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 that just came out, honestly having a lot of fun too. And not only that, but the indie development world has just completely exploded, with a lot of people learning how to develop games from their own home. You've got YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, Blender, and very easy to understand gaming development engines. You don't have to stick to just AAA games, and Steam makes it incredibly easy to find a lot of these indie developed games. But, and that's a big but, I see arguments all over from different generations of gamers. This happens every time a large AAA game releases. especially with franchises that have been out for a while. I'm talking Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Fallout, Elder Scrolls, World of Warcraft.
This game sucks, the last one was better.
This game is dead. There's no coming back for this franchise. Man, this is the best one. What are you talking about?
The streamers hate it, then we'll like it.
On one side, the newer gamers will never go back to play these games, especially the multiplayer experiences, because you can't. And this doesn't give them the perspective that the experienced gamers have. Because of this lack of knowledge, it creates a divide within the gaming sphere. I see people when they talk about Call of Duty and what used to be and what is going on currently. You have a lot of people that started playing games with Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare. And then when Modern Warfare 2 drops out and it's a completely different boots on ground experience that is more of a back to the roots of what Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare are, it's gonna shake the system up for those gamers. It's no different than gamers that grew up playing Call of Duty like myself, and then Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare came out, and it's a completely different feel and experience. It's pretty jarring. On the other side of the coin though, the older gamers pretty much have two options, in my opinion, on what they could do. Number one, you just don't say anything. You let those younger gamers enjoy their experiences that they're having and just leave it at that. Or two, you could talk to the brick wall that is the younger generation who doesn't give a rat's about what you have to say. I feel old talking about this. Am I old? What is gaming for in the first place? Everybody? Fun! People fail to realize these things as the gaming scene has become incredibly competitive and gamers have gotten so much better than they used to be. I'm not saying that competition takes the fun out of games either. I'm saying that the guy or gal that's coming home from work late at night and just wants to play some games is getting absolutely destroyed by some of these kids that have been gaming all day. They're probably not going to enjoy their time. And they may start looking at what the past had and wanting to project that onto people because the past and what they experienced and the feelings they had at the time, nostalgia, makes them feel some type of way. Biggest thing that I think people need to realize is that these arguments come from both sides having an idea of what is better for the gaming world. It just so happens that they have differing opinions on how to achieve that. Much like the Hell Let Loose video I did, it's very hard to have a cordial conversation as well as change opinions on the internet. But just like politics, if we never can come to an agreement or find some middle ground, it's just gonna be constant arguing, butting heads, and you're not gonna make any progress. And then you're just gonna have a more divided world that you just kind of watch burn. In the real world where people are set on tearing each other apart and being divided more than ever, gaming is really a great way to bring people together. This isn't a video saying that trash talking in video games is bad either, by the way, so I hope you didn't take it that way, because this channel has a lot of trash talking. I'm saying that there are so many different gamers that bring unique perspectives to the world of gaming, and to just put people into the camps of I really like this game or I don't like this game at all, I think it's bad. The simplification of just making things black and white without the gray area really sucks. So where do I fit in this? I think we need to let the newer gamers experience the games and enjoy that experience that they're having. Maybe a hard pill to swallow, but I think that's the key. While we still want gaming to be a fresh and new experience, the experiences that we've had in the past will become a hindrance on the experiences that we're currently having. Kind of like nostalgia, that younger self that you keep looking back on with those gaming experiences that you had can get in the way of your view on what you're experiencing now. Let's let the new gamers have the experiences that they have, but we can also demand the gaming companies to do better.
I got the shivers. Whatever